Morning Dish.
He's the hardest working man in show business. His band's music takes you into the midnight hours. And when you wake up, his voice is back on your radio alarm clock. How on earth did this happen?
Well, Jeff saw me taking out the trash at the radio station.
And he won another award.
But this one is better.
I'm your boogeyman. That's what I am.
It's the Morning Dish with the 2019 Radio Personality of the Year winner, Stephen Phillips.
You paying attention to this, Packy?
And Murphy's own Sherry Raines.
Yeah, you must have given horseback passes to the right guy, Stephen.
Well, giddy up.
And Packy Smith's Shetland pony is right alongside.
You guys know these demo tapes don't just edit themselves together, right?
Well, all right.
3 cheers for Stephen Phillips.
Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All righty, folks, we're back with you. We got Christian Stokes on with us. He has been in films with Sylvester Stallone, Jennifer Garner, Matthew McConaughey. Good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you guys doing today?
Yeah, so far so good. A little bit snowy out here in Georgia, but we're gonna be all right. Where you at? Now, you heading to Texas right now? Or what do you got?
Actually, I landed in Texas late last night. I've got a gig here for the next week, and I went through all of that.
So is it snowing in Texas?
Oh man, it is white. Yeah, it snowed through Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and I wrestled with every snowman between here and there.
I heard Palestine got pretty covered up over there, so that's.
Oh yeah. It's funny. My nieces and my nephews, I saw them this morning when they were off to school, and they don't see this often, so they were out making snow angels,
right?
And my sisters losing their mind because they were dressed for school. It was hilarious. It was great.
I love it. That's the thing, man. We're sitting here. I'm telling everybody all the stuff that you've done, and she is more excited that you're from Texas.
Christian, I used to live in Mont Alba.
Oh yeah.
I went
grew up Athens, Texas.
I see that Henderson County. The courthouse there. My dad painted that dome, and I painted. All the benches that used to. I don't know if they still had the fiddles and the spoonful of peas and all that stuff on the benches.
Absolutely, yeah. The Black Eyed Pea Jamboree and the Fiddlers Reunion. And here's what's interesting: my great grandfather helped build that courthouse in the 1840s. 1846, I think it was.
That's pretty
well,
amazing.
Now that ain't nothing. My
It's a beautiful courthouse.
My great grandfather got kicked out of church for cussing.
Well, I painted all the benches around that courthouse, but when they had all that on there back in the old days, it was like the 80s.
Sherry says it's haunted. Is it haunted?
Is it haunted?
It is haunted.
Well, listen, I've never been in there, thank goodness, lately, because that's where the courthouse is.
Yeah, that's usually not a good
thing. Haunted. It's haunted. It's all those spirits of juvenile delinquency past.
I'm with you on that. Now, you were in with Sylvester Stallone. I actually watched the movie last night. You were like the security guard with Sylvester Stallone. How'd you like working with him? I mean, he seemed like a pretty cool dude.
Man, it was cool. I've been in the entertainment business about 25 years, making movies, and I try not to get all fanboyed out. And I'm gonna tell you, it was hard with Stallone because, first day you walk in there, you're like, wow, man, I'm making movies with Sylvester Stallone, and you look over and he's warming up, and he warms up, he boxes, he gets the bag and starts working out on the bag, and I'm thinking, man, I'm working with Rocky. And it was so hard not to lose my mind. And, the next day I realized it's Rambo, and the next day it's Judge Dredd. I'm like, dear Lord, I'm about to pop a fanboy vessel.
I'd have to get me one of them boxing things, too, and get over there next to him and say, yeah, I do the same thing you do to warm up. Yep. What about?
Yeah, I think I might have tried it when he wasn't around, and quickly left when my wrist started hurting. So.
I believe I could take Sylvester Stallone now. He's kind of getting old. What about Matthew McConaughey, man? He's like, Hey,
McConaughey is one of the coolest dudes I have ever worked with. In fact,
I told you.
Yeah. I like him.
And you work with him in Bernie with Jack Black, and I've seen that one. I've seen Bernie.
That is a good movie.
I did. I worked with him on Bernie, and Richard Linklater was the director, and those two guys are, they're buds. They've been around. Linklater discovered him and made him who he became. And we were out filming, and we watched the University of Texas football game, and all day long we spent throwing football around, talking football, and I was like, we are making a movie, right? It was awesome. It was one of the best experiences I've had on a set. It felt like we were having a Sunday cookout instead of making a big budget feature film.
Yeah, but McConaughey, he likes the same music I do. He's a big Jamie Johnson fan. I can deal with that, no doubt. But now, wait a minute.
Yeah,
We got to get to Jennifer Garner, man. The film makes you look a whole lot better looking than you really are. She is pretty.
But that's the truth.
Yeah, is she pretty in real life?
That's why I got into this business.
My wife actually picked out the profile picture to put on for the ad, just so you know. She's like, let's put this one on.
I appreciate that. She made me look good. She found a good picture with some nice flair.
Yeah.
Made my eyes pop.
Oh,
Plug
man.
your neck for me.
There you go. No doubt. So now, what are you working on now? You're out in Texas. You're going to be out there 10 days working on. Y'all call it a gig. That's what we do. I play music, but we call them gigs. Y'all call them, yeah. So what?
It's a gig mentality. My whole family comes from music, so that's where I
get that.
I'm the black sheep. I started falling off buildings and smiling on camera. They actually get up on stage and kick and dance, so that's good.
What?
But I've got this project in Dallas I'm doing. It's called The Ghost Party, and it is a film, and it's based on it's a kind of a comedy. It's based on this ghost story around a mansion. So it's very Disney haunted house.
Right.
Without getting into too much detail.
Well, now, are you a good guy or a bad guy?
Well, I am kind of a little bit of both. So I get to play a dual role where I'm not just a good guy, but I'm also possessed by a foul spirit, and I've become a mirror of myself. So I am a good guy and a bad guy in the same movie. Now, I can't say I've ever done that before.
So what do you like better? You like playing the good guy or the bad guy? Which is the...
Oh, the bad guy, man. That's so much more. Like blondes have more fun, bad guys have more fun.
I think so, too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy because when you're standing in, lines for a supermarket, people will look at you, and if they recognize you, they'll ask you to go first so you won't kick their butt. I'm like, I would never. I
like that.
But I still go up in line because, I may be in a hurry.
That's what they say, though. Now, I don't know. You can tell me if this is true or not. They always use the nicest people for the bad guys because they say nice guys make bad guys. Is there anything to that?
That's my experience. My experience is all of the cool people that I've met have been bad guys. Ray Park, who was Darth Maul in Phantom Menace. That is one of the coolest guys I've ever hung out with. We're talking Darth Maul, man. So he was we were hanging out and talking family and shop, and I'm like, wow, man, I'm buddies with Darth Maul. It was cool.
Yeah. I don't, it's crazy though, but then you got people that just hate you just because you're the bad guy and you're against the good guy, but they don't realize.
But you get to cut in line. He just said you get to cut in line because they're afraid of you.
That's why I'm driving my dad's minivan because it's got a handicap tag on it. I can park up front. So.
It's kind of the same thing, I think I have a perpetual fall tag around my neck.
What are you talking about, fall? You actually done some stunts. You got in the stunt too, right?
Oh, yes. Well, it's odd. I went to school to be an actor. Well, I started school to be a doctor and then became an actor. Don't ask me how that happened. But the stunt work, I got hired by a stunt show to be an actor, and in that show, and while I was there, I picked up all of the stunt stuff. And crazily enough, my career has ping-ponged in between the stunts and the acting. So my specialty, my niche, is an actor that does stunts or a stunt guy that can act. Just depends on who you talk to.
Either way it goes. I'd like to do that. That's something I'm not an actor. I did a little bit, and it's just long days,
He's on for 30
Sure.
seconds. He only does death scenes.
I did like a 30-second deal, and it took all day to do it, but
Sure.
The stunt
That's the way they
stuff,
work. That's par for the course.
that stunt looked like a lot of fun. We talked to a lot of stunt people. So what have you jumped off buildings, or what's the most scariest stunt that you've done?
My specialty is high falls. So,
wow.
I've got about 13,000 high falls in my career.
Wow.
So how high is high fall? What's the
anything over 8 foot? I'm calling high.
Basically, yeah. And my average is 24 feet, about 2.5 stories. And if you put all my falls together, conservatively doing the math, I've fallen, I think it was 47 miles in my career.
Wow.
If it were one big fall. So, yeah, I've jumped off of a lot of buildings over the years.
So that pays good? Tell me that pays good.
Yeah, well, it's with the Screen Actors Guild, and we have basically our base rate is the same contracted rate as the actors, but we get what they call a stunt bump.
Right.
So we'll get an adjustment based on the complexity of the gag. For instance, I may get a little bump for a stunt fight, but if I do a fire burn or if I do a big high fall, that bump can go up considerably. And you can,
How many bones have you broken?
I have never broken a bone in my
Really?
life. However, I've got more stitches than a quilt.
Yeah. I don't know. This sounds like a lot of fun. So now this movie that you're on now, when will it be out, like on the big screen, or is this a Netflix thing? Or?
Well, the crazy thing is, so I've got a bunch of stuff in the can right now because of COVID. Mm-hmm. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I got 3 films that will come out at some point with the COVID thing. I've got I did a reboot of Leverage, the TV show last October. That's waiting to come out. This one, we'll shoot it. It's going to go in the can, and then distribution, it depends on what happens with our good friend COVID. So we're trying to get the content because we don't really know what happens in the next couple of months with the pandemic.
Yeah, this is crazy.
So it's very interesting.
I got to ask you another question before we go, because I got a buddy of mine.
Sure.
Two-lane blacktop. He loves the movie. He actually even built the car. He had the car for a while, but he sold it to 55
Really?
Chevrolet. Are they fixing to do this movie again? I understand that you've got maybe a part in this or something.
They are. I got. I was reached out to not too very long ago about a role in the remake. So, and the director that is attached to it is Justin Lin, the guy that directed the Fast and Furious movies. So it seems like they're going to do a number on this thing, and a lot of the actors that they're bringing in are musicians. And I don't know if you knew it, Two-Lane Blacktop was originally the stars were James Taylor and Brian Wilson.
Right.
Isn't that crazy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Only movies they ever made. So they're going to go with that musician thing. I'm not sure who they're bringing in yet. I believe it should be quite an interesting experience.
Well, now, do you know where they're going to shoot the movie?
Well, so they're going to shoot it on location up and down Route 66. So I believe they're talking about New Mexico for my segment. So all the way from Chicago to L.A. Crazy.
That's going to be fun. Yep, he's all excited about that. Like I said, he actually built the car. He had the car for a while, that 55 Chevrolet running around, but he sold it. I don't know.
That is so cool. That is cool.
And
I'm excited about the possibility of being able to revisit that, because that movie, it was so, not a lot of people know about that movie, and it's considered a cult classic, right up there with Easy Rider.
Yep.
So I'm interested to see what's going to happen. I'm holding on for that one. That's going to be an awesome ride.
Well, now we got to get to break. Anything else that you need to get out there? I know one thing we need to say. If y'all want to check in on him, see what's going on with him, you can go to ChristianStokes.com. It's on the web, and he's got a website that you can keep up with all the stuff he's got going on. Anything else we need to know?
Well, man, I just moved up in your neck of the woods. I'm now an Atlanta local, and I'm can't wait to shake it up a little bit. There's a lot of cool stuff going on in terms of I'm getting in to see a lot of people in the offices of some of these big shows, and I got another movie coming out at some point called Till Death with Jason Sudeikis and Evangeline Lilly. So I got some really cool stuff on the horizon. I can't wait to see what this year brings.
Well, you get down here to Atlanta, give us a holler, and we get together, and we get you back on the radio. I'll keep up with all this stuff.
Man, I love it. I love it. It'd be fantastic.
All right, man. We appreciate you calling in. I know you're out in Texas, and I know Sherry's wanting to say something here to you.
Just thank you for talking to us.
Oh, she's in love with you. Are you married?
Yeah, we got to find out, right?
Yeah.
We're almost from the same town.
Oh, he's so cute, and he's from Texas.
We're almost from the same town.
Oh, Lord. All right, man.
See?
There you go.
We're all in that area. Everybody's in the same town.
That's right.
There you go.
Are you going to ask him, Sherry, the question you wanted to ask him?
Which question did?
About,
the question?
Sherry wanted you to send her a lock of your hair.
Oh,
Could you do that? I'll ask him for you, Sherry. It's okay.
Sure. I got.
Peggy's
I got
bright
locks.
red right
I got
now.
locks in the hair.
Sherry's bright red
Funny
right
enough,
now.
Sherry,
I was
yeah.
19, my hair, I grew 19 inches of hair.
I see that.
Christian,
My
man,
pleasure.
you're all right, man. We appreciate you, no doubt. So we got to get to break.
Thank y'all much. Y'all have a wonderful day.
All right.
You too. You too.
Thank you for listening. This is Stephen Phillips, host of The Morning Dish. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel because we have a lot more interviews out there to listen to. Plus, you can listen online every morning at WJULradio.com or Lake 97.7 WJUL. And give us a like on our Facebook page, The Morning Dish.